G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Flash Like Crazy. Today I'm reviewing a custom light. This is a CWF Arcadian. It's called the Groovy, and the reason why it's called the Groovy is because of that groovy pattern. This comes in a groovy pattern or a smooth pattern, and this head can support a single emitter, which is what I've got in it currently, or a triple emitter engine, which I've got on the table, which I will show you what it looks like on the table. So let's head over straight to the table now, and then we'll go for some night shots, and then we'll go for some final thoughts. All right, so having a close-up look at this bad boy. So the groovy pattern is certainly groovy. What a name for it. I really do like the groovy pattern. I think that all CWF lights are very much utility lights. You know, they're very utility based, like made to, be used and be worked. And they're normally just a very kind of simple, smooth pattern with actually the Pathfinder as an outlier of that, because that's got some style as well. But now so does the groovy. And I really like the groovy. I really think it looks really, really cool. That's the stock clip that it comes with, which is absolutely perfect. Slides in and out of your, like I wear jeans a lot, and it slides in and out of your jeans super easy. I feel like the lift that it has at the end of the clip is a perfect amount. It's not too much where it gets caught on other things, but it's just enough where you can slide it over your jeans with one hand. It pockets very nicely, pockets all the way up here. Has a very nice taper, like a thin body and thicker tail end, so that you can cigar grip if you like to, which I definitely like to. And I like how the clicky is all the way down there, so it's very much a shrouded clicky, so you're not going to accidentally hit that when it's in your pocket or anything like that. Obviously that means that it's going to tail stand very easily as well. It's, as you can see, it's got a long head, a bit of a longer head than the regular triples, and that is so it can fit a reflector in there. Now, this is not the reflector, the stock reflector that you get. So I'm just gonna zoom out for a second. So the stock reflector you get is actually a smooth reflector, and I'm a bit of a tinkerer, right? So I like to tinker around. So that's the stock reflector that you get with the centering ring. And I got this initially with a 519A, how it comes, and it was nice. It wasn't the hotspot wasn't to my liking in terms of it produced a lot of light, it produced a lot of spill, but the combination of a smooth reflector and a 519A for me wasn't my cup of tea. So I did a little bit of modding, and I put an FFL 351A, I think it's called, 4000K emitter inside this, inside an orange build reflector. Okay, so for me, that gives just a nicer beam that I prefer. And again, this is my preference, So the stock setup that this comes with is absolutely fine. It puts out a lot of light. It's gonna do its job. But for someone who is a bit nitpicky when it comes to how the beam looks, I like my beam to look very specific, and for that reason, I chose the FFL inside of an orange pilled reflector. Now, this orange pilled reflector is a lot smaller than the actual head, but it's longer and deeper, which means it gives a I'll just zoom in and show you. It's longer and deeper, but what that means is it gives a much more localized hotspot with some really nice bleeding around the hotspot and then some spill. So again, you've got the ability to actually be able to use this light and play around with it, which is what the length of the head allows you to do. So if you are someone like me, which a lot of us are out there, like doing your little mods and like playing around with different things, different emitters, different reflectors, things like that, then this is a really good facilitating head for you to do it, because it's quite long. So I'll just do a size comparison. So here we have it next to the Okluma DC1 and the Reva Citadel. Okay, so if you can see there, it's just a little bit shorter than the Reva Citadel. Pretty much bang on with the Okluma DC1. But if you see the head, see how the head is much longer? So the body in the DC1 is going to give you more room to hold, whereas this is more head, okay? And the reason why this has to be more head is obviously to fit the reflector. So that's the reflector setup. Now, let's go and show you one of the benefits of this light, which is the fact that you can swap it into a triple, okay? So I am going to swap it to a triple now to show you exactly how to swap it. So currently we are using the Max Chimera, or I don't know how to say it, Chimera, I'm not sure exactly how to say it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew this this pill once I get it. Yep. So I'm going to unscrew this pill, and you just be very careful when you do it, and you just you know, go slow when you're using tools on near engines and things like that. It's always good to just go slow and take your time so that you don't damage things. I have in the past damaged drivers before by trying to rush things. I've damaged emitters as well with reflectors or with optics and things like that. So you just want to go slow and have patience, and just, you know, treat these things as they're meant to be treated, with care, but also obviously use them because they're designed to be used. Now, the reason I used this engine tool is because the engine tool that you can buy from CWF, which I'll show you in 1 second when I get this off, actually didn't work on, okay, so it actually didn't work on this pill. Okay, so I'm just going to take the reflector off. So that is what now this looks like. Now, there was no capped on tape on there before that, and the reason for that is there was no need for any capped on tape before that, because this had a centering ring with the provided reflector. There was no chance that maybe the reflector was going to touch the solder, so no chance of a short. But because I've changed the reflector, and because I did the mod myself, and the solder job is nowhere near as clean as Charles's soldering job, I just wanted to put some of that yellow tape, that capped on tape it's called, over the solder, just to make damn sure there's going to be no potential for a short. Okay, so we put the single pill to one side, we get the triple pill, and the way the triple pill will come is, so this is the 3 emitters with the choice of red, blue, or green secondaries. I believe they are 219C 5000K emitters, but you can also get 4000K. It'll also come with a glow optic, which is this glow optic here. A glow ring, or a glow insert. And then the standard Carlco optic, so not a flooded frosted optic, okay? So the standard one. I'm not sure if you can request a flooded optic or not. I didn't speak to Charles about that, but when you buy the engine separately, it just comes with, this is how it comes, right? Okay, so now I'm just going to put the head over the engine carefully, and I'm going to start to screw it up a little bit, just make sure I line the threads up. There we go. You can kind of feel, actually, did that get it? You can kind of feel when the threads have lined up. No, that didn't get them. Okay, that got it there. Okay, so now the engine tool that you can buy from Charles's website is actually, it works with the triple engine. It just doesn't work with the single engine. There we go. So see how it just fits over there like that? Now it makes it very, very easy to put the triple engine in. So now I'm just going to hold this engine, the engine tool, while I spin the head, and I'm going to just go nice and gently. And as I start to see the optic arriving towards the lens, I'm then just going to, you know, make sure that everything's lined up. So it's starting to arrive there. See that? So I'm just going to make sure that everything is lined up nicely, and then that nothing's turning So I'm going to turn that to make sure, okay, so that's all turning together nicely. And then, so I'm not going to crush any emitters or anything like that. And I've tightened that up because it needs to be nice and tight. Then close the head. And now what you'll see is I have a triple emitter. Okay, so that is now a triple emitter, very, very bright. 219C, glow optics there. So again, very, very nice, nice double, single, and triple engine capabilities. It does make the light a bit heavier with this pill because this pill's less copper. This pill's much more copper. Okay, so now you can, this is the Quantum Dragon. So see here, you can make different colors. So you can make the color red, green, or blue. And these are the options that you get. In fact, let's zoom in because that'll give it a better. So down here, down here is how you do that. So to enter configuration mode, quickly cycle the switch 12 plus times and it'll start to flash. Once it starts to flash, you're in configuration mode. Once in configuration mode, the light will give a solid light and ramp down. If you want to modify options 2 to 4, cycle during the ramp down. So options 2 to 4 are secondary color, memory on or off, or a strobe option. But if you want to just do the mode group, which is up here, 1 to 13, then you go through the option 1. So you don't cycle during the ramp down. So let's do that and let's pick group 1 or group 2 so we can see what color is on. Okay. So what we're going to do is, so in mode group choosing, when the light ramps down, it'll flash all 3 colors and then the group number in white light, followed by all 3 colors. To select the group number flashed in white, to select the group flashed in white light, cycle the switch in the next color cycle after group number you want is blinked. Okay, let's see if I can get that right. So, okay, I didn't do it enough times, so 12 plus. Okay, so we're just going to hold it there, and it's going to flash, red, green, and then flash. Okay, so I should now be in group 1, which should be color, moonlight, 5%, 15%, 35%, 50%, 100%. Let's see. Color, great, so the color's red, and then, yep, okay. So that's correct. Okay, so that was easy. So what if I wanted to change the secondary color? So I would cycle during it to get to the second one. Secondary color, when the light ramps down, it'll blink twice to show it's in the second option and flash each color several times. Cycle the switch while the color you want is using. Okay, so let's get to option 2. So we want to do that. So let's see. Now it's going to, let's go blue. Okay. Okay, so now let's just wait, let the engine reset, and now it should be blue. Yep, blue. Okay, so we know how to swap colors. Now memory on or off. So it's the same thing. Memory, so cycle, so memory on or off. After I get into programming mode, I'm just going to cycle once, cycle twice, and then I'll be in the memory on or off. And then I just follow that, which says when the light ramps down and blinks 3 times to show that it's in third option, which is this, it'll flash red or green. Cycle the switch while red if you want memory, or green if you want, if you want no memory, or memory off, or green if you want memory on. And then 4 with strobe, the same thing. You just follow the rules. So you'll get one of these, see here, engine kit. You'll get one of these cards when you buy the engine kit, so you can follow all the instructions. So that's what we're currently on. I might change that for the video so I just don't have to go through the blue, and I'll just maybe get it to some of the high levels, just so we can see, much better about what this is capable outside. But I'm going to swap this back into the single emitter now, just to show you again how to swap it back in with the single emitter. as well, but also to show you what to do when you swap the single emitter. So remember, the engine tool will slide in, you'll feel it slide in over that, and you'll be able to turn the engine very easily. I'm just turning the head, I'm being careful, I'm not being silly, I'm focusing on what I'm doing. I'm making sure that I can feel that it's turning through the threads very easily. And after a while, what's going to happen is it is quite a long head, there's a lot of threads in there. After a while, yep, we're going to see that the pill starts to poke out. And this is where you want to be really careful because you don't want it to come off and the pill to fall over and everything to fall out everywhere. So what I might do is take the engine tool away and then just hold it with my hand so I can be secure, a bit more secure with everything. And then when you start to feel it loose, just slowly release, pull it out. We're all good. Okay, so now remember, this did not come with this reflector. This is a smaller reflector, but I chose this reflector again and this emitter because I like to mod things and tinker, okay? So what I'm going to do, it might be a bit difficult to see, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the reflector over the centering ring. How are we going to? I want you guys to see. So here, there's the centering ring, and the centering ring's got some like raised edges where I want to put the reflector over. So actually what I might do is just put it over it and then show you. Okay. So see that? Now it's over. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, oh, it fell off. So I'm going to set that down there. And if I've got that right, yep. Okay, so that's on the centering ring, right? Then I'm going to put the head over that very carefully to hopefully not move the reflector. And then start turning. And I'm going to turn very slowly because I don't want to move the reflector at all. And then I'm going to get this engine tool and I'm going to attach it like that. Okay, and I'm just going to turn the head while holding the engine tool. And again, when I get close, when I start to see the reflector approach the sapphire lens, I believe it's sapphire, then I'm going to just double check everything just to make sure before I tighten it up that it's still, the reflector is still where it should be. Okay, so slowly, being very careful. Okay, so I'm starting to see the reflector. So now I'm just going to pull it out here just to make sure that it is not moving when I tighten it up. So I'm just going to tighten it up off camera just to make sure that when I do tighten the pill that it doesn't move the reflector over the emitter or anything like that. So now we're back. And I hope that little bit of hair is not inside. Oh, it is. That's so annoying. I'll fix that later, but that's really annoying. I hate that. But there it is there. Okay, so that's so single engine and triple engine. Very, very cool head to be able to support a single engine and a triple engine. Now the single engine is also programmable. The program settings don't come on a card. They're on Charles's website. But I've currently got it at, I think it is 15, 35, 50, 100. Yeah, with no memory. So if I turn it off here and then turn it back on, it comes back on in low. And I've also got triple click for strobe. So 1, 2, 3, strobe, which is awesome because I love a good strobe. So that's about it. So let's go to the night shots and then we'll come back for some final thoughts. I know that was a long table talk, but here's the case, by the way. Groovy. Anyway, let's go to the night shots. See ya. All right, so we're starting with the triple. So that's the beam that you're going to get with the optic, the provided optic. You can swap and get a flood optic, which I like, but some people like these throwy optics because they are much more throwy than the flood optic. I forgot to say as well on the table, guys, that this has a McClicky switch, so it's an upgrade to the reverse clicky that, well, I shouldn't actually say upgrade. Some people like reverse clickies, but I like McClickies because they're easier to replace and just more abundant. And I think they might be more reliable, to be honest. So, see, there's a lot of light, but still a lot of amount of throw. All right, now with some great editing, it's going to seem like only a second, but I have to now go to the car and swap the engines out very carefully in the car in the dark, or, you know, I'll turn my car light on inside. But you guys aren't going to have to wait for that because I'm going to edit that out, because we are living in the day and age of editing, guys. Yep, believe it or not, I can go right now and swap this engine out. It's going to take me several minutes, and it's going to feel like a blink of an eye for you guys. Watch this. Boom. Check that out. Told ya, that took me a few minutes, and for you guys, it was just a couple of seconds. I know. We're living in a crazy world. Tell someone that 100 years ago, they would have said, shut up. But now, you just gotta believe it. So that's an awesome beam. And again, this is an aftermarket emitter, an aftermarket reflector, but the fact that this light head offers you the ability to do all this type of stuff and all these mods is awesome. Nice long light head, so you can play around with reflectors and emitters and things like that, and that's just what I've done, which is, hang on, I'm just gonna change my grip, there we go, which allows me to get this. But that's a lot of light coming out of, that's full blast, no step down, nothing. A lot of light coming out of it, nice throw, you know, for a custom EDC light, that's bloody beautiful. Bloody beauty, mate. Up the tree, I mean, you know. So yeah, good on you, Charles. Great light, great idea, fitting two engines, being able to fit two engines in it. Love the fact that you can mod it to your heart's content, which is what I've done. And yeah, that's it. All right, see ya. All right, so final thoughts are, this is an awesome utility-based work light. This is a workhorse of a light. It doesn't come with the triple engine and the single engine. You need to buy it with one or the other, but you can buy the other engine separately, and then you can have two-in-one. Obviously not two-in-one at the same time, but you can have a single emitter, which is what I've got here now, or it takes you, as long as you saw me do it there, as long as you're careful, you know, 2 minutes to swap it into a triple engine if you'd prefer your triple with the glow optic and everything like that. So really, really cool light, really cool idea as well from Charles to be able to support a single or a triple. I think it's cool because some of us like to have the ability to use a single or a triple, and obviously before this you'd need two lights. So now you can just do that in the same light. As I said before, the pocket clip is really awesome. So I really, really honestly have no negatives about this light. Full titanium, very, very solid machining, really great machining. I didn't ask Charles, and I'm sure it says it on the, I think it says it on the website, but that is a sapphire. I wasn't sure if it was sapphire or not, but I'm pretty sure I checked on the website that it is definitely sapphire. So you can get this from CWF flashlights if it's available. But if not, you can get it from Blade and Beam if it's available as well. So I will link Blade and Beam, and I'll link CWF flashlights as well. But all in all, really got no bad things to say about this. I'm going to keep it in the single engine for now because I really like it. It doesn't get too hot. It's really, really nice. And I like the 4-mode programming that I've got it in, which again is just 15, 35, 50, and 100. And then triple click for strobe, which I really love. And I've got no memory as well. So it always starts on the 15% because, you know, I don't want to blind myself. So I leave no memory. All right. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Great light. And until next time, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.